Lita, and this is Dylan, and this is our girl Vinny.
This content is sponsored by Outdoorsy. Through Outdoorsy, you can rent your camper van out to make extra cash, and you can rent a van to try van life before you commit.
This is a Ram Promaster. It's a 2500. It's a 159 wheelbase, not extended.
And we wanted to build our own van and live in it so we could see the U.S. and see more of the natural beauty out west because we're from the East Coast.
So I've always liked designing things, and I've thought I'd always want to design a house. I told Lita this, and one day I brought up the idea, hey, maybe we should build one of these vans out into a tiny home. The next day she started telling everybody we knew, and then I was like, oh gosh, I guess we have to do it. We never had any experience building with tools. I think what's funny about that is I actually designed power tools for my first job out of college, but hadn't really used them, so we did a lot of learning on that.
Yeah, the van, we bought it in April, and it took us about 5 months to complete our build.
So here I'm going to explain the driver's side front of the van. Really what the main feature is, we have this fridge under here. It's a Dometic 75 liter. It has two sides. So there's one side here and then another side here. So with this fridge, we can keep groceries for probably about a week and a half's worth of food, which is pretty good so we don't have to go grocery shopping very often. To make it more comfortable on top, Lita made these cushions, homemade. She sewed these fabrics on top of a foam cushion. We pre-cut the cushions out. We figured this was a pretty good sitting spot if we had the sliding door open and we had a nice view. But we also wanted to make it a nice working area. So we have swivel seats on both the front seats, and the driver's seat swivels behind. So with this table right here that can move around, I can work or Lita can work while somebody else is sitting in the rest of the van to work. On top of the great function of having this fridge bench, it's really comfortable to put my feet on while I work all day because I'm working full-time from the van. So when we're living in the van, we want to optimize all of our space as much as possible. One way we did that is we built this shoe holder. One function is good for if somebody's sitting here, they can rest their feet on it and not have that dangly feeling when you're sitting on a chair that's too tall. It opens up like this and has a bunch of different of our shoes in there so that we can quick swap them in and out. It kind of helps optimize this space because there's a good amount of entrance space here, and then also helps make us step up into the cab for when we need to travel and drive. So we have a bunch of hanging cabinets. Another way to optimize our space, one thing we had to keep in mind was how high they are. So if we sat down like this or stood up, we weren't going to hit our heads on here. They have all sorts of different things, but one of our main ones is our electrical equipment. So we have cameras and different things for when we're out exploring and documenting our life. So we have 4 on this side, and then we have 3 back here. They also have some of our clothes, some of our food, some first aid kits and things like that. So down here, we had some space in between our fridge bench and this pre-made cabinet. So what we did was we put some of our nice coffee table books on here for hiking and cooking and things. We have a plug right here that connects to our inverter so we can charge all of our things. With more decoration stuff, we have a couple gifts from friends. One is a scratch off that has state flowers for every state. As you can see so far, we've done almost the whole East Coast and we're coming down through the Southwest. We're going to loop back up by the end of next year. This is a cross stitch that was made by one of Lita's best friends. And here's our only show of vanity where we need to, make sure we're looking okay. It's the only mirror in the whole van. So as I mentioned, this is a pre-made cabinet. We got it from Home Depot. It comes without a counter on it. All we had to do is install it, and then we had butcher block that we put on top. We had to buy 2 pieces of butcher block in order to do both sides of the counter. But this is really nice counter space for cooking and everything. Our kitchen stuff is all kept in these first 2 drawers. So when we open the drawer, it catches with a child lock. Not because there's anything dangerous in there and we don't have any kids, but because when we drive, sometimes these drawers wanted to jump out. So if you just push that in, it comes out. We have silverware, a couple cutting boards. The second drawer, similar with our plates, bowls, strainers, Tupperware, pot and pan, things like that. The last drawer has the other half of Lita's wardrobe, which is in the hanging cabinets.
Over on this passenger side, we have our kitchen galley. We have a sink. You can take this off. It has 2 functions. You can spray or just do the normal sink function. We also use this for a shower. So you can twist the faucet off, and we have a shower head that attaches here, which we can use either in our tub inside, or you can take an outdoor shower because the head reaches all the way outdoors, which is super nice. Our sink, it is a big sink, but unfortunately it's square shaped, so it doesn't drain that well, which is something we didn't know before we built the van. This is extra counter space, so you can put this into the sink, we cut it out from it, and then you have extra counter space to cut things or prepare your food. And then we have our oven and our 3-burner stove. It's connected to propane, and we have a propane locker that is in the garage, so that we don't have a propane leak in the van because that would be pretty bad. This is just one tray for the oven. Then up above our sink we have 2 more cabinet spaces. This first one we use for like coffee and tea storage, so I don't really drink coffee or tea, that's mostly Dylan's drawer. And then up here in this hanging cabinet, we have pantry space, so, you know, peanut butter, this is where our dishwashing soap is, and all of that. At the end of our kitchen galley, we have our magnetic spice rack, which comes in handy when you're cooking right here. And then we have window covers, and this window actually has a window that goes out, so we get ventilation when we're cooking. And then down below our kitchen, we have our bathroom. Here we have our toilet, which we only go number 1 in because we don't want that in our van. And then this tub is our shower. So we take the toilet out when we want to shower, and we take our shower curtain, and then we hook it up here. So we move this tub under the fan so that we get really good ventilation when showering because we don't want condensation in the van. This is our shower head, which we attach to our sink. It has an off and on button so that you don't waste any water, which in a van is very important. And then we had to get this little adapter, cost about $5, but that helped us connect the shower head to the sink so that water didn't spray everywhere.
So just past our kitchen, in the back of the van, we have our bed. It's a full size-ish. We kind of had to cut it in different areas to make it fit, but it's full size-ish going this way. From wall to wall, it wasn't big enough for me to lay, so we built in these 2 side cubbies. That's where both of our windows sit. We have some decorations. We keep different books and stuff on either side. We have reading lamps that turn on with some charging USBs in them. Here's a lap desk, because sometimes I like to work up here, so if you see this nice reading pillow, we can move it around, and I can sit up with this desk in front of me, and then the laptop, and I can my legs out or do whatever, and it's pretty comfortable, better than a cubicle. I mentioned we cut it a couple different times. One time which is the main one, is down the middle, so it's actually 2 different pieces, and that's because we can convert it. So the general bed design is a slatted bed design. So right now this piece I'm holding up is on this side of the slats, then there are matching slats on the other side, so this half can slide in, and this basically just stacks on top of this side. So we kind of have a tall couch that we can sit on, and then 2 booth seats under it. So originally we only had 5 hanging cabinets, and they ended here because we thought, hey, we could sleep on this side or this side depending on the view of the van. But we realized that we really only put our heads on this side, and so we added some more storage up here with these 2. So, you know, we're not going to bang our heads up here. There's more space up here, but over here is where we put our feet. So the first thing we have to do in order to convert our bed is take all of our hundreds of pillows off and put them up in the front. So now that the bed is folded, we have a table that gets set up right here. We can both sit on each side. We can both work here. We can eat dinner here. We can kind of do whatever. It's a little easier now to see our cubbies. So we have some book storage, sleep mask, different things for the end of the night. I usually put my water bottle here when we're going to go to sleep. When you're sitting here, it's nice to have your feet on this because otherwise you're kind of in that dangly mode again. What we did was we added a pantry. So we have some extra spices, we have some sodas and different things, hydration pack. Our heater is coming through there because it's in there. So this is our garage. This is where we keep most of our storage stuff and have most of our like functional items in the van that we don't really want to see every day. On the left side, we built this box around our electrical system. We have 300 amp hour batteries in the bottom. We have a 3000 watt inverter. Our solar controller is up there. That controls our 400 watts of solar panels that we have on the roof. Over here we have a couple hooks to hang our bags for hiking. And those are covering a vented propane locker so that we don't get any leaks in the van. It goes out. And then also hidden behind there is our diesel tank for our heater. And then right behind all that is a 33-gallon water tank. Our doors are open right now, but we have a ladder on that one, and it goes up to our roof deck. Our roof deck is made out of Unistrut and then some planks of Weather Shield wood that we stained just to look nicer, but it's also weather resistant, along with our fan sticking out the top with our 4 solar panels.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out our van. We really enjoyed having you. You can check us out. My Instagram handle is Lita of the Pack, and our YouTube is under Lita and Dylan. If you have any questions about our build, go ahead and drop those in the comments.
Hope to see you guys on the road.
I hope you enjoyed that video. If you hadn't noticed, we do sell an ebook for how to convert a van. It has over 190 pages of detailed instructions and diagrams, also 25 video tutorials which are specifically for the ebook buyer. Creating a van for many people is obviously a really intimidating project, but I really believe, and I've seen it time and time and time again, that with the right information, anyone can turn out with a pretty decent van conversion. So check the link in the description, subscribe to the channel if you are not already, and drop us a comment if you like this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.